Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Mello and I'm back with another unboxing video. And the theme for today's video is the current weather here in the Philippines. It's the warmest season of the year. It's summer. It's when we go to the beach or go swimming. So I thought I would open up some summer themed figures. So I'll be opening up 4 scale figures and maybe a few chibi figures to go along with them. So let's get started. So here is our first figure. We have Frankenstein from Fate Grand Order. This is her Saber class and it's a 1/7 scale by Max Factory. Now, I absolutely love this figure, but I have to say that assembling her was not the easiest thing to do. Getting the right angle to put her feet on the metal pegs on the base was kind of a nightmare. The same thing goes with her weapon. This figure is quite heavy. I love her color palette. She has this kind of pastel colors that really go well together. She has a lot of sculpted details, and I just love that they put that effort to put these in. I think the only thing that's painted on is her bikini. Then everything else is just a separate sculpted piece. The face really is this kind of quirky face, which I think is very Frankenstein, and the hair is it's okay. There are actually some details on the hair, but after watching an unboxing video that said it kind of looked like jelly bean, I kind of see it that way now. But yeah, every other detail is amazing on here. Her horn, the bolts on her ears, this egg thing. Her weapon actually looks like it's made of metal, and it's actually because of how good the paint job that they did. They used the right kind of shade and made it really shiny to make it look like metal. So really good job with that. I also love her base. Her base is textured and supposed to look like shore on the beach, I believe. So this is sand, this is water, and it looks really cute. I love her pose, although I guess in real life this kind of pose is kind of weird, but I think it works well for her. And I love that they chose her first ascension to make into a swimsuit figure because it has a lot of details that makes it like just look so interesting. I think I broke this figure though just because there are these details on her robe jacket thing, and one of them at the back here is missing. I didn't see the broken piece, so I don't know if she came broken or maybe I broke her while I was unboxing her or like putting her together and I didn't notice. But I couldn't find that missing broken off piece. But it's not that noticeable. I actually noticed it when I was doing B-roll. Now, if you've been watching my channel for quite a while now, you would know that I have a habit, addiction of pairing up scale figures with chibi figures. Now, I did find a chibi figure to go along with Saber Frankenstein, and it's this little cutie. So it is an Ichiban Kuji prize, and well, she just looks exactly like the scale figure. Same pose, same elements, she just has the support KDcolle for her buns since she is quite top heavy, and yeah, I think every detail that you would see on the scale figure, you would see on this cute little chibi figure. Of course, lesser quality because it is a price figure, but yeah. Important thing to me is the face looks absolutely adorable. I think they nailed the eyes, and the mouth is pretty cute too, and the nose. This is Mysterious Heroine X. She is a foreigner class from a fake Grand Order. Now this one is also a 1/7 scale, but it's made by Kadokawa from their KDcolle line, and yeah, I saw her and I thought she would look really great next to Frankenstein. I think they have nailed the body sculpt for her, because even though she's kind of leaning forward, the body shape and curves and everything look really good. She is not that heavy. Frankenstein is definitely heavier. This lance spear looking thing with the shield on it is the one that's really heavy on this figure. This whole thing doesn't look like a real weapon to me. It looks like a toy almost. Maybe because they didn't do that good of a job on the paint job to make it look like metal, or like a real weapon. Because this is her third ascension. If you search for her first and second ascension, her first ascension is basically her like in a robot armor, and then her second ascension is like mech armor slash kind of bikini. So I would have wished that they made an effort to make her weapon really look like metal, just like the Max Factory Frankenstein. Especially the shield. The shield just looks like it really screams plastic. And it's sad because I think the sculpt is pretty good, especially on this part. All of this has texture, and they did a nice metallic cyan color in between, so it's sad that they didn't push the quality on the weapon. The actual figure is really nice. Again, the body sculpt is amazing. Yeah, she looks sexy. The paint job though, especially on the jacket, it's not the best. I understand there's a lot of folds and wrinkles on the jacket, but the lines are just a tad bit messy, and again, just comparing it to Frankenstein, the paint job is definitely lower quality on this one. Her face is okay. I'm not like 100% loving the face. I feel like they could have still improved her face. There are angles that she looks cute, but when you look at her at times, there you'd feel that something's kind of wrong with her face. That's the feeling that I get. But her hair is pretty nice. It's pretty detailed. It's not just this big chunk of hair. It really, you can really see the strands and division in the hair, so that's really nice. She's pretty easy to assemble, to put on the base. She just has pegs on one foot that you just easily put in the base. The base again is textured, and it's supposed to represent shore on the beach, and it has a nice splashing effect. The one thing that I hate about this figure is that it comes with this support pole, so it's supposed to support the weapon in some kind of way, but I could never really put it in a way that it stays there and really supports this thing. Sometimes the wind would blow kind of hard and it would just fall down, and I just don't know how to position it in a way that it's supposed to be to serve its purpose. See, also the shield on here, because of the weight, can fall down pretty easily. It just connects to this part. I guess you can get away with just displaying her like this, but I am worried that in time, since this is a very heavy piece, that her arm might break off. So yeah, that's the one thing I hate about this figure. That's why a lot of times I try to stay away from figures with support poles, because you just never know how well the support poles are going to work. But yeah, I'm still happy to have her. I got her for a really good price, which I think makes her worth it. But I think buying her at retail price or anything more expensive than that, I think is, from afar, you really can't tell the little nitpicks that I did. So I guess overall, she's still a pretty good figure. If I would rate Frankenstein an A, then she would probably maybe be like a B+. I found a chibi figure to display with Mysterious Heroine X, but anyway, I'll show you the figure and then I'll tell you why it's kind of funny, irritating to me. I was able to find a Chokonokko figure of her. So you've seen this in previous videos before. They are very cute, sitting, doll-like looking figures of characters, and this is also an Ichiban Kuji lottery prize. These are usually like lower tier prizes. So I really love these because they're small, you can display them anywhere, and this is a very, very simple figure. The one thing I hate is it also comes with a support pole, or a support thingy. Like, this is the only Chokonokko figure I've bought that comes with a support thing. And I feel that this character is just trolling me because the scale figure has a support pole that is absolutely useless. And I get this super simple figure that also has a support thing. So, anyway, I think you can display these in a glass cabinet pretty okay, I guess. I just have them displayed openly in my room. So I guess that's why the support parts can be knocked off. So I guess as long as you put them inside something that rarely would get bumped into or nudged, then I guess they'll be okay. But yeah, I'm not too happy about the support things. This is Altria Pendragon. This is her Archer class, also from Fleet Grand Order. And she's also made by Max Factory and also a 1/7 scale. And if you see the theme, I like collecting the Fate ones that have big weapons. So she's gonna look great with Frankenstein and Heroine X as well. I think among the three, she does have the best body sculpt. I think this body sculpt is what most people would appreciate in a swimsuit figure. They did a really good job with her body sculpt. So her bikini is pretty simple. It's this white silvery finish, and then she got them blue bows to represent, Arturia. The hair is pretty detailed. The bun as well, and the braids on there, and the knots are pretty good as well. The face at some angles, I'm not totally sold on. It's like the middle part is broken, but up close you'd see that they actually put this kind of gloss on her lips, but sometimes that doesn't really translate depending on the lighting. So sometimes it can look like her mouth is messed up. The base is also very similar to the Frankenstein and Heroine X, where it's a meeting of sand and water and also has this splashing effect. She's definitely more simpler than the other two, although she does come with two weapons. She has this really giant Excalibur. I think this water gun is more detailed than the actual sword. The sword slots in her hand, it has a little indent, and this one has a peg, and then you just kind of squeeze the tip of the sword on here to create some tension so that it doesn't move. Even if I bump on the table that this is currently displayed on, it just does not fall off or anything. So let me talk about the one negative thing about this, and it's a pretty big deal, and it's putting her on the base. I don't know what it is about Max factory figures, but they are hard to put on the base. So she has one hole in her foot, and it connects to this quite long metal peg, and I could not put it in. There was a point where I was literally like hammering hammering her foot into this on the table because I was just so frustrated that it wasn't going in. And then I went into my figure collection and saw that there were other people who were having trouble putting her into the metal peg, and I was thinking of like maybe heating up the foot to kind of loosen the plastic or soften the plastic, but I have never done that before, and I didn't want to break the figure, so I just kept on trying and trying, and then I guess I luckily angled it the right way, and it just went in. It really scared me because I thought I wasn't not going to be able to feature this figure just because I couldn't put it on its base. As I said in previous videos, I don't have a lot of space, so a lot of figures that I unbox, I put them back in the box until I am able to like buy a glass cabinet and have more space to display them. But I'm very scared to disassemble this figure just because I don't know if one, if I break it, two, if I'd be able to put it back together again. I was also able to buy an Ichiban Kuji chibi figure of her, but it's still in Japan. It just looked exactly like this, just in chibi form. Pretty happy about this figure. I'm pretty happy about the three girls, actually. I think all of them look pretty good, and they look extremely well next to each other, especially because they all have big weapons, and they all have similar bases, the shore and the beach kind of thing, but each one is done in different ways, so they go together, but they're also pretty unique. Actually, if you wanted to display them without their weapons, I think you could really get away with it because they all look amazing with or without the weapons. Now, for our last figure, I thought the girls would need a lifeguard while they're on the beach, so I have this figure. This is Makoto Tachibana from Free. He's a 1/8 scale by Alter from their male line Altair, and we can consider this a summer theme figure, right? He's all about swimming, he's in his swimming gear. So he was one of those figures that I bought when I was just discovering and starting to buy figures from Japan. So I was kind of going through Mercari. I don't even know what figure or character I was searching for and why he popped up on the list, but I saw him, and honestly, the first thing that I saw was abs. Like, damn, that figure has really good abs. So he was pretty cheap. He was like 5,000 yen or something, and I thought it's a really good male figure. Sculpt is 10 over 10. Like, for such a simple figure, everything looks absolutely great. Like the muscles on the legs, the lines on his swim pants, or whatever, the folds and shading on the jacket. Again, the abs. The hair is pretty good as well, and the face is pretty good as well. When I bought this, I haven't watched Free, so when I bought him, I kind of added Free to my anime watch list. I'm 2 seasons in, and I'm glad that I bought the Makoto figure, because out of all the characters in that show, I feel like he's my favorite, just because the other boys I feel are so problematic. And he's the chill one, he's the good friend, he's the glue that kind of keeps the group together. So, really happy that I got him. I think out of all the Free Alter figures, he's the cheapest one and the easiest one you can find, and I think the other ones are rarer and kind of more expensive in the aftermarket. I also got a chibi figure to go with Makoto, and I actually had a lot of choices because Free was, I guess, very, very popular at the time it was airing, so it had a lot of Buen Presto, chibi prize figures. It had like some Ichiban Kuji ones as well. But ultimately, after going through all the bookmarked chibi figures for him, I decided on one, and it's this one. And if you can see, it has the same exact pose as the scale figure. His base is also pretty clear, so just putting him in between the legs of the scale figure just looks really, really cute. So, yeah. So, I just think it looks adorable, and I love that these two don't take like so much space. So, yeah, pretty cute. And that's it for today's video. Thank you for sharing your time with me and watching the video. I do hope you enjoyed seeing my summer themed figures, and if you did, please hit the like button and comment down below if you have any suggestions of other good summer swimsuit figures, because I am very interested in expanding my summer swimsuit figures collection. And if you're new here, please do consider subscribing, and that's about it. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye!